Great day, IntelliTravel agents. Hello, Sharita. Good afternoon. This is IntelliJess, your VP of training, and it is one of my favorite days of the month. You know, I absolutely love it when I am here with you and I get to share some great information, help you grow your business, grow your confidence. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, Brenda, we have our meeting next week. She's going to be an ambassador. Yes, Richard, I'm feeling all better. Okay, hello, Fiona. Let's get this party started. Okay, we have an interesting topic today. And for all of you like type A plus students, I'm not talking to you. I know what it feels like to sit in the classroom and teachers talking about something that, somebody did, and you're like, oh my God, she's talking to me? I don't think I did that. I can't imagine I did that. Oh my gosh, I feel like she's talking to me. Okay, I'm not talking to you. All right. So, but this is something that is important for me to address because it is happening lately more than usual. And I don't know if it's like the moon cycles or what's going on, whatever it is, but people are having, that's right, it's party rocking on a Friday. Okay. People are getting difficult sometimes. It happens. And agents are getting to like the end of their patience and just leaving them high and dry and just ghosting them and just completely not responding to them, and then it gets bad. So we're going to talk about that today. We're going to talk about, and for those of you who are new, I cannot make the slides bigger because it messes everything up. So we're just going to go with it. Let's say you've got a difficult client. He's like screaming at you on the phone. He's using profanities. He's being rude. He's just awful. And it's stressing you out. It's really like so what do you do in this situation? Like, what would cause you? And I want you guys to answer in the question box. And I'm not going to look at anybody's name. I have it pulled over so I can't see the names. But I'm just curious, from your point of view, what would cause you to leave your client high and dry? Like, what would they have to do for you to be like, I'm turning this over to somebody else. I don't want to work with this client anymore. I'm just really curious. I mean, I would think like if somebody was screaming profanities at me, that would definitely make me not want to work with them and want to pass them on to somebody else who could maybe help them out. And I'm not talking about passing them on to somebody else. I'm talking about the people who actually like ghost them. So, right now they would have to keep changing their mind and being rude. Okay. Profanity. Yes. Swearing, profanity for sure. Okay. Disrespect. Yes. And they're being disrespectful. I tell them exactly why and pass them to someone else. Screaming at me or simply being unreasonable, being rude and disrespectful. Nothing satisfies the client. The client has endless requests that are not possible. Okay. Not responding. Okay, so they're not responding to you. Well, that would be a problem. Then they can't get mad at you because they're the ones not responding. When they keep changing the venue at least 3 times after finalizing the deal. Okay. Calling me out my name. They would have to hang up on me. Profanity, yelling. I'll take them all. Individuals who ghost me or cannot make decisions. Okay, I would not ghost them. I would tell them right up front I will not work with them. Okay, so we've got, how do I get back to the slide? Huh? You might, if you're having trouble seeing something, then you might have to log out and log in. Keep changing their mind. It's not what they call you, it's what you answer to. There you go. disrespectful, changing. Okay, so pretty much those same kind of things are what like leave you at your wit's end. So let's break this down, because I'm going to play these in the departure lounge, because usually the people who show up to these might not be the ones having the issue. In fact, it might be newer agents who don't even know that this Q&A exists. So I'm going to just answer this, and then we'll get to your Q&As. So the first thing you want to do is, what can you say to calm them? So first thing is, people want to be heard. They want to know that you hear them. So repeating back what you hear is their problem, and getting clarification. So, you know, this helps to calm them down. And so you're repeating back, okay, so we've booked this venue. This is the third time we've booked a venue for you. This one's, and I hear that your problem is now this with the venue. Okay, so you're hearing that, you're calming them down. Then you're going to reassure them that you're going to do everything in your power to help them. You only, you know, there's only so much you can do, but you're going to do everything. So like, you're letting them know that you're going to do everything you can. So if they're calling you from the airport and they're screaming that their flight has been canceled and they're not going to get to the cruise on time, even though you told them to go in a day early so this wouldn't happen, you're going to say, okay, I hear you. Your flight is canceled. I am now going to do everything in my power to get the help that you need to get you on another flight and get you there on time. Okay, but here's the thing. Once they pay, once they make that commitment, so there are a few of you who are like, if they keep changing their mind, blah, blah, blah. Okay, well, then if they keep changing their mind and they're not committing to anything, you can say, I don't think I'm the right travel agent for you. I'm clearly not hearing what you need and I'm not able to help you. But once they pay, you own them. Okay, they're yours. You know, you're a professional travel agent. They're yours. Like, you know, when you have a sports team and you've got a player who's got bad behavior, like, that player is your responsibility. Like, they're yours. So we've got to work on, you know, for you to stay calm. Maybe like if they've just yelled at you and they've been profane, like, you know, hey, maybe they weren't raised right, you know, so they don't, you know, to them that might be everyday talk, whereas someone's cursing at me, that is not how we play. No, maybe you go for a walk, clear your head, but you recognize that this is your obligation and you're going to do your best to make them happy. So, you know, that is your thinking. And then also you want to have numbers ready for them. And give it to them before they go, who to contact when things go wrong. So if you have contact numbers that they need, you know, like let's say they show up at the airport in Cancun and the car is not there to get them, like there might be a number that you can give them that they can go to directly and help themselves before they call you all crazy and angry, okay? And then remember to use the travel desk. When it comes to flights and issues like that, travel desk is what's there for you. Like, don't call customer service, like pass go and collect $200 by using travel desk. Like, they are the ones that have the direct access. They can, you know, move things around. They can help you. So make sure you're using travel desk. All right. And then what are the solutions here? So when there are some things that you want to do beforehand. I have some doubles here. Wait, did I move? Yes. Okay. There are some things. Wait, I feel like, okay, I know what happened. I meant to put some of these things onto this page. Okay, so we'll just get rid of that. See, working in real time. Here we go. So some solutions to help you beforehand are to be clear with expectations. So this is how it works. You know, we've booked your flight to Cancun. You chose to go on JetBlue. I want to manage some expectations with you. As we talked about before you chose your airline, JetBlue, yes, it is less expensive than the other airlines. It has also been doing a lot of cancellations and rescheduling. So I just had a trip for Cancun planned that I was supposed to go to last week, but because I wasn't feeling well, it was canceled. I mean, I canceled it. I had travel insurance. It's very important, y'all. Always have travel insurance. But I was still getting messages from JetBlue. And I found out that my flight back to Las Vegas was canceled. I would have been stuck at JFK. Luckily, I'm from New York. I would have found somebody I could have stayed over at their house. However, you know, I've gotten some experience in travel over the last 7 years working with a travel company. But if that had happened to me before in teletravel, I would have been in complete and utter panic. That's just how my body responds to these things. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm by myself. I'm at JFK. I don't know how to get and what's funny is with IntelliTravel, I was once with some of our other Dreammaker people, and we had to get to Nashville, and we were at JFK, and our flight got canceled. And there were a ton of flights that were canceled. We couldn't even get a hotel room. We couldn't get a flight out of JFK. So we had to find a hotel in Staten Island. I mean, and we had the IntelliTravel team working for us to find this. And then it was actually we turned it into something special, which is something that you can look to do in the future. So here I was at Staten Island. I grew up in New York until I was 25. I'd never been to Staten Island. I had never taken the Staten Island ferry. I went on the ferry. I saw the Statue of Liberty, which I'd never, I mean, I never did any touristy things except go to the Empire State Building when I was a little kid. And I saw like downtown. I saw that giant bull where the stock market is. I actually went to the 9/11 memorial, which I always said I would never do because I lost some friends and I just thought it would be too traumatic. But I was actually very glad I went. And so we turned this negative into a positive. So always be looking for ways to not only like manage their expectation beforehand, but also be thinking of ways that you can, while they're screaming and while they're freaking out, you're kind of going into your zone and you're thinking, how do I turn this into a positive? How can I make this a good experience for them? All right, so this especially happens, making sure that they have expectations of this is how the trip is going to work. You know, car's going to pick you up. Once you get there, you're going to, you know, go to the destination. You know, you're going to get there before you're ready to check in. They may be able to accommodate you, but they may not be. And if they're not, you can put your, you know, leave your bags with the bellman and they'll get it to your room and it's ready. And then in the meantime, you get to go to the all-inclusive dining room and eat and have free chocolates. So like, let them know how it's going to work. Now, this especially happens with your unrealistic expectation clients. You know, the ones that have especially low budgets, but then they want the world. So you know when that's happening from the beginning that you have to be really crystal clear. Okay, you know, you wanted to go to Jamaica for a week and it only costs, you know, $1,000. So you're not going to be in this luxury suite on the top floor that you originally wanted. Like, you really got to manage their expectations. We talked about the fact that you're going to get a lower budget room because you're not going to spend a lot of time in your room. So, you know, just you're going to manage. Then you're also going to set your boundaries for when you are available. Because, you know, some newer agents, let's see, I'm just trying to see, what is Travel Desk? Okay. Travel Desk is, Travel Desk at IntelliTravel.com is they deal with airline, like they all of the ticketing that goes through IntelliTravel's back office, Travel Desk is there. It's more of a 24-hour service kind of thing. Not 20, I don't think it's 24 hours, but I mean, they check it, like they're working all day long, and then they check it pretty regularly, but they are the ones that within 24 hours always see your, they can help you change flights. If you accidentally put somebody's name wrong, they can help you change that, because that's something that causes a lot of panic last minute, right? When you do a flight and you did it for your friend Bunny Hollywood, and then you find out that Bunny's name isn't really Bunny, it's Barbara, but they've been calling her Bunny, so you put down Bunny Hollywood on her ticket, and now you got to change the name. So Travel Desk is there to help you with that. So the setting your boundaries, a lot of travel agents say, hey, I'm your travel agent, I'm in your pocket, I'm with you all the time. And if that is true for you, if you want to make sure that, like, when you know someone's traveling, you've got your phone on, even if it's like 3 o'clock in the morning for you, then great. But also set your boundaries and let them know, listen, I return, like, people who are reaching out to me to become ambassadors in training. I don't check my email every 10 minutes. That's not what I do. I have hours that I check my email, and then, like, I might end up getting back to them late at night, which is, PST, and if they're on EST, they're already asleep, and they're like, let's set up the appointment right now. And I'm like, I didn't even see that email because, I only check my emails a certain number of times a day. So you've got to set your boundaries for when you're available. So this way, they're not going to get angry at you when you say, when they say, you didn't, answer my call as soon as I picked up. And you say, well, I told you I only answer calls between this time and this time. So, it's one thing when they're traveling. It's a whole nother thing if they're calling you at 3 in the morning because they just had an idea that they want to go on a gondola ride. And can you do that, right? So you've definitely got to set your work hour boundaries with them. And then finally, the last straw. Okay, this is it. They've been cursing at you, they're yelling at you, you managed their expectations, they didn't respect it, they don't care, they're being unreasonable, all the things. That's when you contact IntelliTravel Management. So this is, Crystal, Cassandra. They are, the managers and directors of customer service. And you let them know that you need to transfer this account. Or else if travel is tomorrow, they're going to finish it for you. Now, this is not to be abused. This is not a situation where, oh my gosh, my sister's wedding is tomorrow, let me call customer service and have them finish it for me. No. Because our managers, they get both sides of the story. They're finding out what happened on both sides. And then keep in mind, if the account is transferred to someone else, you are not going to get commission on it. But it might be worth it to wash your hands of them, right? So the most important thing is that you do not just drop them and no response at all. So, like, we come back to that team that's got the athlete who's just being so much trouble. We don't just leave him. We can trade him to another team, but we don't ruin his career by, like, never letting him play again. That's, just because everybody has to cut their hair short on the Yankees, like, even when Johnny Damon came from the Boston Red Sox, and he had his long hair. If he wanted to play for the Yankees, he had to cut that hair. So you got the guy that's not going to cut the hair. Well, you don't ruin his career. You just send him to another team. Let his hair locks flow. Okay. So we never want to just leave anyone high and dry. All right. That is very, very important. Okay. So some people are saying that one person is saying that I'm going fast. It is okay that I'm going fast because this is recorded. And it is going to go into your back office here under Education, IntelliTutorial Library, and you go under Browse by Category, Advisor Support Webinars. And again, if you think I'm going too quickly, you just want to go through your back office and look around at things anyway. And here are all the customer service webinars, okay? And you can even look and see what we talked about last time. So a 28-day Holland America Done For You campaign and social media prompts. This was actually the entire time. There is another one that was after this, and I know she posted it. She may have just forgotten to post it as, so let's see if it's down here. Not for a customer service customer. All right, I'll find, oh, here it is. Okay, so customer service, it's right here. We talked, all I did was answer your questions on this one. Since I didn't answer questions the week before, I just answered questions. So it tells you everything I talked about. So you'll be able to find that here. Now, something else I asked last time was, because I didn't get to all the questions, I asked some people if they wanted me to answer some questions for them. So I'm not going to answer all of these, but I will do a couple. So somebody asked me, can you tell me what you use to take your photos and also to film my items? I don't necessarily know what that means about filming my items, but I can tell you that I just use my iPhone. I use my iPhone, but I also get I also work with professional photographers. I do like a photo shoot that I'll get like, 5 or 6 different looks with different things. Because to me, I have a friend who's a photographer, it's creative and it's fun. So but most of what I use when I'm not doing like a campaign for something, so like for example, on my Instagram, like this was done by a photographer, this was done by a photographer in the same photo shoot, same photo shoot, same photo shoot. Hey, that was done by me, can you tell? This was done on an iPhone. This was done on an iPhone. This was the photographer again, photographer. This was done on an iPhone. iPhone, 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 and I don't use filters. I'm not one for filters. This is me first thing in the morning, waking up in a van, because I do van trips. So iPhone, iPhone. So like once in a while, I'll so I'm doing a particular campaign right now, so that's why I'm using a photographer. But for the most part, I just use an iPhone, and I'm not using filters. Sometimes I'll use the Instagram filter. I'll turn it like just to give it like a certain look. I don't usually use special lighting, so if the lighting doesn't look right to me, I'll just play around in my iPhone and lighten it up. Let's see, is Marriott still a preferred partner? Yes, they are. Is there an option to send customers a payment link? With some of our suppliers, there is. With some of our suppliers, there is not. What advice do you have for new agents who have not traveled much and we're always telling you to talk about travel? Well, my advice is that you follow me in the departure lounge, because I would say go to YouTube and teletravel. So here I was at Club Med, here I was on MSC, here I was on Holland America. I am making these videos for you so you can get my personal experience. And I always travel as a traveler, not a travel agent. So what I mean by that is that I go in without so for Holland America, I acted as if I had no travel agent, because obviously, IntelliTravel planned the trip for me. And I didn't make any reservations beforehand because I wanted to see what would happen once I got on the ship, because usually you're supposed, a travel agent will make reservations at specialty dining, for shows, for things like that. So I travel like that, so I'm able to give you the heads up and say, oh, this one booked out completely. I wasn't able to get in there for a meal. So I'm traveling around to be able to show you things. And I give you here, I'm literally on a kayak, giving you personal thing. So go and make sure that you subscribe to IntelliTravel TV and ring that little bell so that you always get notifications when new videos are up, because we're going to start posting once, twice a week and doing videos to help just to help you learn as well. So, but back to the IntelliTravel page. So here, if we go into media and we go into albums, so I created an entire album for Holland America. And then I also created under files, I created the 28-day where I literally give you the where is it? I give you the 28-day document so that you're able to download the statuses. So, and then I give you testimonials, and I give you my pictures of me so you can use my testimonials. Here's the MSC testimonials. Here's a newsletter that you can use. All right. So I talked about my experience on MSC, and I gave you a newsletter that you can use in your back office under my agency, under marketing and sales tools. We have a newsletter that you can create, and you just can copy and paste or kind of make it your own. All right. So, oh, whoops. All right, let's close this up. Let's go back to the questions on Facebook. Where was I? So yeah, so you can ask other agents for their advice. You can look in here and see if somebody's talked about a place. But that's the thing, watch the suppliers' trainings. So get an understanding of their trainings, and they will show you videos of their experiences, and that can be helpful to you. Let's see, what else do we have here? Why isn't there an option just to book packages with the IntelliTravel site? That is coming. What and when is the wellness retreat? Okay, hold on. All right. Join us at IntelliTravel's first wellness retreat. It is October 24th through 27th. And it's basically, we do 3 specialty trips a year. And one of them is more of an earned, which is our pinnacle event. It's for our top, it's a training event for our top sellers. We are doing the next gen this year, which is helping you sell to the next generation of travelers, the younger generation that travel a little differently. But this wellness is all about wellness travel. All right, so if you did not receive this email, so here's some of our featured topics. What is wellness travel? Plan a wellness vacation or a wellness retreat with intention. 6 rules for planning a wellness vacation. And then all of our preferred partners are going to talk about it. Here's what it has to offer. So if you did not receive this, well, this offer ended on the 30th, so it's probably at $5.99 now. If you didn't receive it, actually, it may have sold out. I'm not even sure. I think this one may have sold out. But if you didn't receive it, make sure you email customer service and get on the wait list. If this is the one that sold out, get on the wait list so that, because people cancel last minute. Ooh, I can't wait to be underneath that spa thing. All right, so that is the wellness question. Ooh, let's go. You go down. Not having that. All right. Let's see. Okay, a lot of these questions I remember seeing were, somebody asked, how do I get into the 100K club with the ambassadors? I tried to comment on your post with 1,000, but it wouldn't let me respond. Okay, so the ambassadors are doing a 100K, they're doing a 100K challenge, and they are training you all on how to hit 1,000. So for those of you who have never hit 1,000, look in the top featured there is this post. Let me see. So right now, so what happens is so many people are responding. Look at this, we have 8,897 comments. So when we get too many comments too quickly, it turns off commenting. But then I just go back in and I turn on the comments again. And then you get assigned to an ambassador, and they're going to train you on how to hit $1,000. And once you're able to do that, they're going to teach you how to hit $10,000. And once you do that, they're going to teach you, like they're going to do this year, how to hit $100,000. Okay, so now let's get to your questions. All right. Let me see. So let me get rid of all these at first. Let's see. Is there an incentive to compensate a client that IntelliTravel gives? We don't personally, look, what I've found, and one of the reasons why I have stayed with this company is because of the trust that I have in our ownership. For those of you who don't know, we are family owned. And I will tell you, in the 7 years I've been here, 7+, I don't know, I'm losing track of time, they always make things right. They find a way to make things right. So do we have incentives to compensate? Well, you all do. You have your travel incentive center here, where you can find some things that might make them feel better, like a golf or spa rebate. You can send them that, a gift card rebate. I'm not a big fan of the Grand Air. I think it's misleading, but if you read the product FAQs and the virtual brochure and you fully understand it and you explain it to your clients and they still want it, then great. 3-day, 2-night getaway is a great way to, I know that you had a tough time and there was a 26-hour delay on your way home. So here's a 3-day, 2-night getaway for you to, you know, just to take a weekend and recoup one of these days when you have some time off. I'm sorry, I'm swallowed wrong. Okay, so that cost you $1.75. So that's something that you can do. All right, so you can get that through your travel incentive center. But you know, again, like we always do our best to make things right. Oh, and look who it is. That's our webinar winner from last night. You're getting a $50 gift card from Trafalgar, so you can save that and and make things right with the client if you need to. Okay, let's see. Okay, somebody said that a hotel said their commission would be through a voucher. Well, that is definitely not one of our preferred clients, and that is not allowed. So whoever that is, you want to report them to IntelliTravel, or they're just not registered with us, and so you're not allowed to book with them. Whenever you are booking, the first thing you do is use your agency identifiers. You got them in your welcome news, in your welcome email. So if by accident you deleted that, or you have a terrible search engine in your inbox like I do, my Mac mail, I can't find anything. You can email customer service and ask them to please send you your welcome letter again. It's literally a click of a button. So if anything, maybe you live chat them, live chat customer service and ask them to please just press that button and send you that. Your agency identifiers are your CLIA number, your ARC IATA number. Some like Royal Caribbean uses your phone number for the agency. So all of that information is there. So I call up a hotel who is not a preferred partner, okay? And I say, I am a travel agent. I identify myself as a travel agent. Do you work with travel agents? Yes, we do. You pay commissionable rates. We pay you through a voucher. Okay, thank you very much. I'm gonna look for another hotel. Yes, we do. We pay commissionable rates. Okay, great. Here's my agency identifier, 10548020. Okay, they look it up. Oh, IntelliTravel.com. Yes, that's me. Okay, great. Let's get to work. Or they find you, but they're like, oh, we're not set up with you yet. Okay, well then you send them to, you get them to sign, you get them to IntelliTravel's customer service and say that they want to register as a supplier. They're not a preferred supplier, but they can still register so that they know who to pay the commission to, and then it all gets done correctly. All right. Best page to verify updated COVID-19 requirements for destinations. All right, let's go to COVID restrictions. All right, so let's see. The number one, and where you want to go, right here, cdc.gov. Go to the government, okay? They will tell you coronavirus in Italy, and they'll tell you all about what's going on, okay? Some of our suppliers, like last night we were on with Trafalgar on our webinar, they have a button on their booking page that tells you, how to find out what's going on in the country where you're going. Yes, Travel Desk is for flights booked in the back office. It's also for hotels. It's for anything that you book through the back office, they are able to manage. Okay. How do you find domestic family destinations outside of Disney and Universal? All right, let's go to our back office. Let's go to our book travel. Let's go to our preferred partners. And what you want to do is you want to download this PDF. You don't have to print it out. It's too many pages and it's in color. We used to tell you to print it out because it used to be, 15 pages 7 years ago. Now it's 63 because everybody wants to be partnered with IntelliTravel. But what you're going to do is you're going to kind of read through. Now, last night we were on with Trafalgar. They do all kinds of family destinations in the US for the national parks and all kinds of cool things, the West Coast, all kinds of cool things like that. All right, but we also have Beds Online. Every time I see them, I sing that song. It's a Duran Duran song, but I make it Beds Online, Beds Online. Okay, so Delta Vacations. During COVID, Delta went out of their way to find all kinds of domestic places for you to go. So look into Delta Vacations. So read what our suppliers do so that you can find out. Delta Vacation is the only U.S. vacation provider. To give that. Okay, a U.S.-based customer engagement delivering high. This is like talking points. So yeah. So go through that, and then if you still are like, I'm having trouble, I can't figure it out. Let's see if we can say domestic vacation. Let's just see what that says. Domestic vacations. Okay, so here I do. I'm talking about Delta Vacations domestic locations. So there you got an answer. For domestic travel, the suppliers you recommend besides Vax. Okay, so let's see. There are 8 comments. I use Vacation Express a lot. They do domestic? No. Okay, so we got that answered. I use Vax a lot. I typically use Vax. Beds Online. Beds Online for a vacation. Beds Online. All right, so it sounds like that's pretty much where we're going. I just added Trafalgar to the list, but so just look around in your departure lounge for that. Okay, how are we doing on time? Why is it that when you transfer a booking, you don't get commission? Because when we transfer your booking to another agent, they're taking over that client. They're going to do the work. They're going to finish the job. So they're the ones that get commission. Otherwise, everyone would be like, oh, I got a client. I'm not really sure what to do with it. So let me give it to customer service, let them give it to another travel agent, and let me get the commission for it. No, 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 no. So that's why I'm saying, like, you really want to do everything in your power to hold on to that client and, do the best you can for them. But if they are really just horrible, like that commission is not going to be, that's not going to be worth the commission. So somebody said, I was given the number 3 for the 100K. All right, let's go back to the main page here. And I will show you what that means. Okay, so here's a 100K post. So the ambassadors, I'm assigning, like I'm just going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 11 ambassadors who are training people in May, and then they're going to take you on for 6 months. Now, let's say somebody watching this joins IntelliTravel in June, and they're watching this video, and they're like, I want to be a part of it. That's okay. You're just going to add your name to this. Oh, look. Shanika's getting fancy. She's giving you a scan code to join her training group. She's number 2. She's number 2. So, so the agents are these ambassadors are going to contact you if you're in their group, okay? And you know they are working. They are doing business too. So it might be that they don't contact you immediately because their training group might not be set up for another 2 weeks, whatever it might be. But just know that people can add themselves to this at any time, and we're just going to keep giving you numbers and getting you there. All right, so that's what those numbers mean. Okay, la 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 la. Who can go on the wellness trip with an agent? I believe that you can bring a guest in your room. So, but the details will probably be on that, but it's not one of those that it's agent only. Let's see. Do travel incentives, are they good for wedding gifts? Or are they supposed to be send the virtual brochure to the client? That's gonna be your personal preference. Could you give it as a wedding gift? Yes. Maybe if you're not going to the wedding. I mean, I think if you're going to the wedding, you might want to take something off of their list of, what is that called? Registration. They register for a gift. But yeah, it's up to you. I usually use those incentives to get people to travel. Let's see. I love that question. That's funny. That's good. All right. Vax is requested when I hit 90 days. That is correct. After 90 days, you request Vax. How do I get my commission? This is my first booking. Thanks. Okay. Ooh, congratulations, Florence, on your first booking. So what happens is you booked it, either if you booked it through your back office. Okay, so let's go to our dashboard. All right, if you booked it through your back office, it is automatically registered. And once your clients have traveled within 30 to 60 days, IntelliTravel receives the payment from the supplier. And unless your first booking was a huge group that earned you $5,000 in commission, you will be getting 70%. So let's say your commission is $100. You will get $70. You will get an email from Hyperwallet saying, hey, you have your first commission check. You need to set yourself up with Hyperwallet. Hyperwallet, you will set yourself up with, and then you will see your $70 in there. You get, if your commission is less than $25, it won't show up until you have $25 worth of commission. You'll still have it, but I don't think that you'll be able to pull it out or something. And I think you need like $25 for it to show up there. Okay, but you'll get that $70, and then you'll have a choice. You're going to get a debit card that they're going to send you that you can use, and you can save all of your money on that debit card, and then just use that like to save up for your travel, or to buy groceries, whatever you want. Or you can direct deposit it into your bank account. All right, but if it takes more than 60 days, you then want to go to help, go to the help desk, go under commissions. I know that there's a lot of people who say 60 to 90 days. okay? It is, oh wait, somebody's saying it's 60 days for vax. I think you're right. I think it's 60 days for vax, not 90. Yeah, 60 days, not 90. But some people think that it's 90 days to get their commission. No. During COVID, we were extending it because we had a lot of, we're supporting our suppliers that were backed up, but it's back to 60 days. Okay, so 60 days, if you haven't received your commission, you go back there. Now, before you do that, if you did not book through this back office, make sure that you have registered that outside booking. Because if we don't have your booking confirmation and all the information, we get paid the commission and we don't know whose it is. And it's just waiting for you. All right. Do you get booking commission for a booking on your own travel? You sure do if you book it. So I always book myself. I call up as a travel agent and I book myself, and then I get my commission on it, which is fun. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Do you have rooms and things, walkers, wheelchairs, and more for people who have special needs? I don't know if you're talking about for the wellness event, if you're asking if we have that, but you would definitely talk to our event planners about that. But if you're saying in general, is there accessibility? I would say in the US, there is a lot of accessibility. In Mexico, there's a lot of accessibility. On cruises, there's so much accessibility. I mean, some cruise lines even have people who need certain medical procedures done. They can have medical procedures, dialysis, things like that on certain cruise lines. It's when you start going into European guided tours that it gets a little bit more challenging, because they don't have the same regulations that we have here in the US, and a lot of things are older. Also on certain types of excursions, or certain, like we have certain suppliers that do very interesting submarine kind of excursions and things like that might not be accessible. So you would talk to the different suppliers about their accessibility. Okay, let me see. How can we add specialist awards to our IntelliTravel website? Well, there are some that are automatically put there, the IntelliTravel ones like Dreammaker, Travel Genius, and Vacation Builder. Luxury Event, I'm sure Wellness Event will have one, and they automatically show up. But as far as specialties with like Disney and things like that, those don't go on your website, but you can certainly put them on your social media. To stay in compliance, where are good places to get properly and destination photos to share on our social media? From your suppliers. Okay, all of the suppliers have amazing content for you. Okay, so, but theirs is curated, which means that they are beautiful photos. I love the person whose name is It's Obviously Me. That's so funny. I'll look at your question in a moment, because your name cracked me up and it drew my attention. So they have all, I mean, when I ask people, how much money do you set aside for your marketing budget at Dreammaker events? People look at me like, $25, $100, maybe $500. I'm like, do you know that companies like Nike and Apple spend millions of dollars a year on marketing? And everyone's like, oh no, and they get so panicked. I'm like, don't worry. You've got it all in your back office. We've got your marketing materials for you in your marketing and sales tools we've got for you. I mean, when you use for our US agents, not for our UK agents right now, but for our US agents, we have this post office where you can learn more about the marketing materials that Ensemble sends out. They're all that kind of great stuff. But when you're talking about pictures for social media, you're going to go either to the Departure Lounge where I showed you, where we have media that we put up here for you to share. Okay, so here's our Holland America. People have put up Virgin Voyage pictures for you. People have put up some Disney stuff for you. You know, we're sharing this stuff so that you can, people put it up here so you can share it. All right, and it's compliant. Now, the other thing you can do is go to unsplash.com. Now, let's say we want to do Grand Canyon. Okay, so notice the first thing that comes up here, these are ads, iStock. These you have to pay for. Do not get pulled into that. But here's results for Grand Canyon on Unsplash. You are allowed to use any of these. Now, if you would like to give Tim Hart photo credit, he would love you for it, but you don't have to. Horseshoe Bend, you know, you can use Gert's photo. Oh my God, this one is gorgeous. I have one very similar to this. You know, I should put up some of my, I have a lot of these photos. I should put them up in the Departure Lounge for you. So that would be how you would do that. Okay, let me go find It's Obviously Me and see what this says. Do clients have to book for seats and bags separately when booking flights? Well, that depends. Did you book them on Spirit? So I know my seasoned agents laughed on that one. All right, so or you might mean, that might not be what you mean. It's obviously you, but that might not obviously be what you're asking. You might be saying, do clients have to book seats and bags separately when booking flights? Not when booking flights. I'm a little confused by the question, because now so when you book your client, you can book a seat for them. You can find out what they want. Do you want extra legroom? Do you want business class, first class? Do you like to sit in the middle row? I mean, in the middle seat, the window seat, the aisle seat. Like, ask them all those questions. You know, do you have a particular, like for me, I always love to, if I can get aisle 18, I don't care if it's A or F. You know, I like a window seat because I go to sleep the second I get on the plane. Before we've taken off, I fall asleep, and I don't want people who have to go to the bathroom a lot waking me up. So I always want a window seat, and if I can get it in aisle 18, then l'chaim. Okay. Some of you may have laughed at that too. I don't know. Now, bags, you will find out. Like, if a bag is included, you will let them know. If they have to pay separately for their bags, I mean, that might be something that you're doing for them on their credit card, or they might have to do it on their own. So it's going to be different depending on your airline and depending on the ticket you're booking. Like, if you are booking one of those, oh gosh, what is it called? Like, it's like the budget kind, where all you get is the seat, and you can't assign it until you get there, and you cannot bring anything but a purse. Like, you can't even put something under your seat. It's like, really, it's the very, very, very cheap seats, which is really only recommended for if it's a business trip that they're just going to for a day and all they have is their briefcase. But other than that, they usually can bring one carry-on, and some airlines let you book one free, what is it called, when you, guys, what's happening to my brain? When you got carry-on, and you've got the, the one that you give it to the person and they put it underneath the plane. My brain is taking it to, thank you, Joy to my checked luggage. Thank you, Joy. My friend Joy Lines, everyone. Check bags. Okay, basic economy. That's the most. Thank you, Brenda. That is it. And Carol, a bunch of them coming through. With Fiona with the helping me out. Everyone's laughing at me. I'm still recuperating. Could be, could be. All right, let's see. Do I have time for one more question? Because I have 5 minutes. Your commission report is showing a 90-day payout. You're confused. That might still be left over from COVID. I'm IntelliGest is telling you after 60 days, then you reach out to IntelliTravel. It even says it on that page where it's help desk. You know, has it been 60 days? Like when we go to help desk. Commissions. How and when will I get paid? Submit a commission inquiry. Okay, so it will say booking ID, booking type, service commission vendor, travel start, end date. So it will ask you for the end date. And if, you know, it hasn't been 60 days, then that will probably say something. Okay. Oh, Richard Gazarian. He says he is a special needs agent and can assist with any equipment necessary. All right, so let's go to the departure lounge and let's look up Richard. Wait, no, I don't want to do it there. I want to do members. And I want to search for Richard. I don't remember how to spell your name. I know it's kind of unusual. Here he is, Richard Gazarian. All right, so there he is. All right, he does special needs and can assist with any equipment. So if you need to reach out to Richard, there he is. Okay, and there you go. Let's see, do I have time for one more? Do agents have to earn a certain amount in order to get 80% commission? Yes, they must earn $5,000 within a 12-month period. So let's say from March of 2021 to March of 2022, you earned 5,000. Then for the next year, you will get 80% commission. Now, if there was a gap in there somewhere that you went back down to 70,000, you can start, you know, from the month after the gap. So if, let's say, 1 month after there was a gap, but then, so in April there was a gap. So for April of 2022, you're getting 70%. Oh, no, I'm confusing myself. Just make sure that it's within a 12-month period, okay? And then you'll do that. All right, let's see, do I have time to answer one more question? Maybe I need to talk to the Hilton BDM about group block and voucher payment. Oh, so this was done through a Hilton. Yes, you definitely need to talk to our BDM. So yeah, talk to our Hilton people about that, because Hilton, and if you have a problem, call customer service, because Hilton is our partner. So there we go. Let's see. If I book with Vacation Express, do I have to go to the back office and register it? Yes, 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 yes. Anytime you are not booking through this gray, I know, my time is almost up. Anytime you are not booking through this back office, anytime you leave, anytime IntelliTravel is not on there. So let's say you're going to book travel, right? And you want to do packages, and let's see, you want to do Club Med. Boom. If you look at this URL, nowhere in here do you see the word IntelliTravel. That means you have left the back office, and that is okay. you are encouraged to book directly with our suppliers through their sites. We love that. Just make sure you come back and register that booking. Okay, and we recommend that you do it immediately so that you do not forget. However, if in 3 months you realize you haven't done it, go back and do it. They'll be able to match it to you, okay? But you really don't want to wait more than a year, because if you realize that you haven't been paid in a year, what happens is a lot of times that number that you were given by the hotel, they reuse it, and then we can't find it. So it's really important that you register immediately. Just make it a habit. All right, that is our session for this week. It's been a pleasure. I look forward to talking to you all on our next live Q&A. And have a great weekend, everyone.